Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of the Stanley Parable. Okay, so first things first, let me ask everybody to turn off any ad blockers or whitelist me. I guess that's the first thing we should do. Um, and then we're gonna go through the Stanley Parable again, and last episode, we got what very easily could have been the best ending possible just by listening to the narrator and following the instructions he gave me. And uh, that's really shocking. It is certainly a commentary on video games that a lot of video games you do get the best ending just by following the set path for you. Also, it made the commentary that you should turn off the game console or the PC to give to gain real freedom and go outside and as it were. I, as a video game person, cannot agree with that. I don't agree with turning the game off. Well, I do agree with turning the game off on my terms, and I have yet to meet a term where I wanted to turn it off. Uh, so we got to the ending. The game automatically restarted us, and then we paused. So now we're for the second run. I think we'll try to do things different. It would be silly to do the same thing. I have a little bit of a map that points out all the different endings, and I'm going to go through and check them all off. But I'm still trying to mostly naturally run into things instead of force it. So let's begin now the Stanley Parable.
He can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Okay, last time I paused right as he was commenting, as the narrator was commenting, that I was just standing around doing nothing. And so I should have paused it quicker, and I'm sorry about that. But in the last episode, you heard him say that same dialogue. So here we go. We start again at room 427. I thought it was 428. Huh. Well, whatever. 428 is here. Let's try every single door this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright. Was there always a door there?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office, because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Alright, well this says awaiting input. Input received. So let's see if we can find some other computers that say awaiting input. I turn that on off. Let's go back. Let's play with these monitors. Back we go. There's a lot of sharp corners in this. Can't open cabinets. What I mean by sharp corners is that they're deep enough that you can get stuck on them. Well, that's weird. Let's see. No other computers saying awaiting input. Oh, my office is locked. You can't go back in there. Alright, let's move forward. Same time it seems on the clock. I'm gonna play thoroughly. I like to play thoroughly in most games. 416. 415. And this door won't lock.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, well, we did that last time. So let's do the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's a little strange to have an office with so many doors locked. It's a little strange to have an office with so many offices. Alright, an employee lounge.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
See if I can get them to say anything else.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
You know, I wouldn't put it past people to just everybody
Stanley sat
leave.
around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
So if we just played more dialogue. See if he says anything else. Can't go back that way. I have to applaud their timing on this. If they had put too much of a delay between dialogue, it would become difficult to figure out if anything else was going to be said. But since he's almost constantly speaking, you know when it goes quiet like this, that it's very unlikely to play anymore. Also, I'm hearing a slight sound effect. Maybe that's in the game, maybe that's just noise, but...
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
The first open door on his left. So 454. So do I want to go this way or this way? Well, we're not following instructions, so let's continue not following instructions. We're in like some kind
Stanley
of
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Yeah. Ladder. A door with a swipe card. A chair. A truck. With the brakes on. Brake lights on. Oh look, it looks like there's might be an exit there. If only I could figure out some way down. Let's see. Remember, I have no jump button. So I can't. Although I can walk on like boxes and get a little bit higher, I can't jump above these boxes. See, here's a great example of the edge. That tiny little nub there is stopping me from moving forward. That's what I mean by sharp edges. Alright, what's this say? Do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion, will cause death. Penalty for misuse. Let me try that again. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. Well, we're not following instructions, so let's take it to its logical thing. It says the penalty for jumping off is 5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm
Okay.
not your enemy, really, I'm not. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay. That was a pretty quick ending. And that's it, really. That's us not following any instructions or listening to what signs say or the dialogue says. So that's another ending. And like I said, that first ending following instructions got us a much longer and much better ending. This is possibly one of the worst endings, but that would be very debatable. So on that, next time we will see where that cargo lift really would take us, because I imagine it will take us quite further, and um, move on from there. But that's the end of this episode. Episodes for this game in particular are going to be wildly all over the map in length. There's really not much I can do about it. Um, we'll try and figure out what the deal with the awaiting input is. I know something happens if you click the doors enough. Maybe I just didn't click them enough. So we'll try that some more next time. Uh, But yeah, that's the end of this episode. So as always, I ask that everybody like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out with YouTube. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name, Rydo. That'll take you to my main YouTube page. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be greatly appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google Plus or Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.